What up, y'all? It's Brandon, the co-owner of Dump That Dumpster Rentals. We're about a month in. Like, subscribe, and follow our journey. Check it out. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Brandon with Dump That Dumpster Rentals. This is my first YouTube video. I'm excited. This video is gonna be about financing or leveraging money for your dumpster rental business. So, me and two of my business partners decided that we were gonna start a dumpster rental business, and we decided that we were gonna finance it and basically scale right out the gate. And when I say scale, we only have 2 trucks and 4 trailers. So, you know, you can determine if that's a scale or not. But I've started many businesses, and it always comes back to the lack of manpower. And it always slows down, and then you have to hire people and try to find people that love your business just as much as you do. So I decided to start with a couple business partners, like I said, so that we can go with 4 dumpsters instead of 1 dumpster. So when I looked over getting a dumpster in a truck, the numbers just didn't make sense. I didn't feel like I could hit the numbers that I wanted, so I decided to bring 2 guys in and see how many dumpsters we can get and see what the numbers look like. So went over the numbers with a truck and 4 trailers, and the numbers looked a lot better. So now mind you, I did my due diligence and did my research on how much money we could make. And right there, I just want to give a shout out, matter of fact, to 2 guys. The first guy is Martin Extraordinaire. He was the first guy I ran into. I'm gonna tag those guys and tag him in the description. He was the first guy I ran into, and I actually purchased his ebook. And he gave me enough information to feel comfortable to kind of get started. And then after that, I just basically started doing my own research, checking out the market. In my city, I'm in New Orleans. I also called around just to see what other prices were. I called landfills to check out dump fees. We have 4 dump trailers, and at first I was gonna try utility trailers, but my landfills don't do the skid and chain, but they kind of pull your trash off your utility trailer. So that wouldn't work. So we had to get a dump trailer so we can dump our own trash and not depend on anybody else, right? So Martin Extraordinaire, and then I ran into WolfGod The Profit. He was relatively new at the time, and he started off with I believe a utility trailer and a truck. And he's big on keeping your debt down and growing slowly, right? Which is fine. That can work, especially if you can't get financing. That's an option. Just getting the game is always my biggest thing. So, but what we're doing is basically the opposite. We're basically jump starting. We finance 4 trailers, 1 truck, like I mentioned earlier. But those are the 2 guys that I kind of keep up with, just to see if there's anything new out there. And there's a couple other guys, but those are my 2 main guys. Shout out to those guys for kind of being transparent and giving the information needed to start your own dumpster rental business. With that being said, I know people probably just thinking about numbers, and our numbers 4 trailers and a truck, we're probably all in at about $1,100, which is not bad. And the reason it wasn't bad when we got the numbers before we started, because the numbers that we were getting from different businesses was that we were doing short-term rentals 1 to 3 days. So the strategies that we were looking at was a 3-day rental at $250, right? So at $250, we can rent out 1 trailer for 3 days. So we can do that twice a week, right? So we can make $500 with 1 trailer. Now we have 4, right? So we can make $2,000 a week. And obviously the numbers, if you can make $2,000 a week, $2,000 a week, and your note for your truck and your trailers is $1,100, that's a no-brainer for me, right? But let's not forget there's other expenses as well. Our gas, I budgeted about $400 for gas a month. We're about 32 days in, so at this point this month we've spent about $540 on gas. So we went over the 400 mark, but we took a few jobs that we shouldn't have took that were further out. We did a lot of learning things, made a lot of mistakes. We left the keys on the lock, so we made double trips a bunch of times. It was a learning curve, right? You're building your system and you're becoming more efficient and more effective. But we can definitely cut that down this month. What else? Then you have a lot of your one-time expenses, like your ball locks. Like I mentioned, you have to buy those to lock your trailers, and if you're gonna get some tire locks. One of our trailers came with a tarp. That's the Max D. The other 3 trailers didn't come with a tarp. Those are our Texas prides. I'm not sure what trailers are going to be available in your area, but that's what's in our area. So you have your tarps that you're going to buy. Decent tarps are going to be $80+, especially that size. These things can go up $200, $300 if you get custom tarps. And ones that's going to last you a very long time. What else? We had to get tubes. We had to get wheel blocks so that the trailer wouldn't roll. If you're gonna get branding, on your trailers, your truck, if you're gonna get shirts, marketing is gonna be a monthly expense. But so it's not just your trailer and your truck. So I don't want you to think that you're gonna just have to finance your trailer and your truck. But our expenses altogether monthly is about $1,700, right? That's our insurance, that's our gas, that's our truck and trailer. I think there's a trailer in front of me right now. It's a smaller one. Let me see if I can let you see it. So you'll see these throughout the city. Out here. In New Orleans, we have a lot of hurricanes. A lot of hurricanes hit us this year. Well, not specifically New Orleans, but like surrounding areas got hit. And a lot of roofs. We do a lot of roof jobs because the roofs get hit. And another thing is, let me turn this around. Another thing is we don't get extremely cold weather. Today is cold, but guys are still out working, doing demo, doing roof jobs. And New Orleans, like I said, year round, we get work. I know a couple other guys up north who are shut down right now because they get 12 inches of snow. So that's the cool thing about being down in the south. So you should also know your market, know your weather, and know that you're gonna have some downtime. You'll have a slow season if your winter is bad. But what was I talking about? So yeah, so those are all the expenses that you wanna have in place. And we were very conservative with our numbers. So to go back to the numbers on what we charge, we started off with the system doing $250 for 3 days. But once we started, we realized that roofers can get the job done in one day. So I think 90% of our jobs, 80% of our jobs have been roofing jobs. So they all wanted 1 days, but I didn't have a price at the time for 1 day. So we had to, I had to adjust, and I'm like, okay, if we're doing $250 for 3 days, how much is it for 1 day? So I was like, okay, we can do, I guess, $150 for 1 day, and we can do $199 for 2 days, right? So that's how we started our first week, and realized that everybody kept saying, oh, you guys are the cheapest in the city. Oh my goodness, man, we're gonna keep using you. And the first thing come to my mind is, oh, that's not a good thing. We must be too cheap. So we kind of did more research, and we went up on our prices for the second week. We went up to $169 for 1 day. Still got the same thing, getting a bunch of calls. Then we went up to $189 for the third week, and then we were still getting compliments on our prices. So we went up to $200. So right now we're $200 for a day. We are $249 for 2 days, and we're at $299 for 3 days. So we had to go up. You got to test your market. And I was willing to start low and work my way back up just to sample the market, if that makes sense. So right now, this is our first week doing 200 for a day. And things are about at the same pace. We're getting the same amount of customers. So that means that our price isn't too high. Another thing we had to do is we had to adjust our prices for our jobs that were further out. 25 miles out. It really puts a toll on the trucks when you're carrying heavy weight that far. So we added on a $100 fee, a $100 travel fee. Now that sounds like a lot, but any job, there's supply and demand, right? And the demand is very high for dumpsters, but the supply is low. So it's not that we're trying to get over on our customers, but those jobs, we weren't making any money because it was so much gas that we were using just to get to those jobs. With the traffic and everything, traffic is real bad in New Orleans in the morning, and that's when most of the jobs where we drop off at 8 a.m. So that's our numbers right there. And then speaking of starting, we set our hours to, our first drop off is 8 a.m. and we're open until 9 p.m. So we would start at 7, but the way traffic is set up and the time it takes to get places, we decided to do 8. Plus, it hasn't been a problem. If it becomes a problem, we'll probably go to 7. But driver gets up at about 6 something, leaves with the trailer around 7:15 or sooner if it's a longer route to get there for 8. So that's pretty simple, the hours. But we're open longer than most. Most of our competitors close at 5. It's like 1 or 2 that close at 7 and 8. And we're open the latest at 9. Always just trying to find whatever advantages we can find. But I can go on about different things all day. But that's basically what this YouTube channel is going to be about. Our journey on scaling and financing and leveraging money for your dumpster rental business. So this is my first video. I'm sure I'll figure this out. I'll show you guys the trailers and different things like that. We have oh yeah, I guess that's a good thing to mention. Our trailers that we purchased, we have 4 14x8 dump trailers. And the brands were Max D and Texas Pride. Texas Pride, I think that one was about $8,200. And the Max D was about $9,200. The Max D is heavier and it also comes with a tarp. the automatic tarp that comes with it. So those are our trailers. And what we're pulling with, we have a F250 6.2, that's what it is, 6.2 engine. And then this right here is a Silverado 1500 Z82, which comes with the tow package. So it's a bit stronger than a basic 1500, but I use this one for drop-offs. It can do pickups, but we use the stronger truck to do the pickups when we have 6,000-7,000 pounds in it. But the trailers are about the three smaller trailers are 4,000 pounds, and a bigger one, which is the Max D, is 4,500. So my truck can pull those with ease when they're empty. I haven't tried to pull them while they were full. So, but yeah, just to give you a quick summary of our team, it's 3 of us. One guy which is my brother, family business, and he's the driver. He pick up, deliver, and he keeps the truck with him. I'm over marketing, branding, coming up with systems, and then the other business partner works on similar things, and he's working with me to come up with the system, how we're gonna scale and scheduling different things like that. So we're still figuring things out, but so far everything is pretty smooth. Business is great this month. Like I told y'all, expenses about $1,700 a month, and we surpassed that easily. So again, some guys like to start with no debt. I'm a person that knows and understands that there's a good debt and a bad debt, and anything that's an asset that's gonna make me a lot more money than a debt will, I understand it's good debt, and I'm gonna run with it, because that's just been my strategy in my last few businesses, and it's been successful. My only thing was having the manpower and a team to scale right out the gate, and I have to find people that can help me do it. So yeah, that's I guess that's enough information, long enough video right here. And I'll come back and I'll do a video on while we're doing the job, or showing some trailers or different information. And if y'all have any questions or videos that y'all want me to a topic that you guys have in mind that you want me to talk on, let me know. Subscribe, be our first subscriber. I don't think I have any subscribers yet. I just launched the page, this video right here today. So subscribe, share, like. We appreciate all the support. And I'll tag those other guys and everything. And if you have any information, I'll drop an email. You can email as well. So I appreciate y'all. Peace. This is Brandon with Dump That Dumpster Rentals.